Om Om Sahana Bhavatu Sahana Bhunaktu Saha Viryam Karavavahai Tejasvinavaditamastu ma Vishavahai. Om Shanti Shanti. Huh? Ah, yes. Yes, sir.
Last week,
Yes.
to relate the work,
Hmm.
you have told that you have to assess the nature
Yes.
of the, and if it is nature, I mean, after assessing the nature of the work, to assess correctly, you have to change internally.
Yes.
And if mistake is a person,
Yes.
then you have to change the person.
Hmm.
So how do I assess correctly? Because with respect to some people,
Yes.
I can relate properly. I know
Hmm.
that I have to change myself. But
Hmm.
there are areas where I am confused.
Hmm.
So how to assess correctly the nature? That is,
What is troubling you a lot, is it? Huh? What is he asking? The question that the question that Ravi is asking is last week we spoke about the assessment part. So we said assessment means you have to assess the person around. We said the world around means the people around you have to assess. And then we understand that's their nature. Having understood that that's their nature, you internally has to change. Up to this, it's correct. Up to this, we said. Yeah, up to this only, we said. Now, Ravi added one more statement, which I didn't say. That statement that Ravi is added is, if the other is wrong in my assessment, how to change in my assessment, if I have found out that the other is wrong, how to correct her? Does anybody remember me saying that? I wouldn't have said that. Yeah, I'm very careful in not saying that at all. I will never say, try, possible. Wherever possible, try. Most of the time, it will not be possible. Therefore, what is the solution? We gave that solution also. Yeah, what is the solution? Live with them. Correct. Aparnak ಅದು ಬರವೇ ಮಾಟೇಂದಿರುತ್ತೆ. Yeah, she's not even able to say that. Yeah, you just have to live. You have to live with them. That's all. Problem illa. All problems get sorted out. You follow? See, nature means all human beings, including you, the subject, have flip sides. All human beings has flip sides. That's nature. When we say nature means all human beings have flip side. Because of the flip side in a human being that I have assessed, if I start disassociating because of the flip side that I have become aware of, if I start disassociating and moving away from that person or the situation, ultimately where will I end up? Ultimately, where will I end up? Loner. You'll be lonely. You'll become a loner. And nobody has the mental stamina strength to be a loner. We cannot be a loner. Therefore, the flip side doesn't legitimize the fact of dropping, running away, abandoning. if we start abandoning, every human being is going to have a flip side. Lord Rama has so many flip sides. Lord Krishna has so many flip sides. Yeah. He may not have a problem with Rama. Sita doesn't be, isn't it? Only we have to go and ask Sita only, isn't it? We may not have a problem with Krishna. Rukmini and Satyabhama only we have to go on. Only them only we have to go and ask. So every person, a relationship means what? Every human being has various shades. Are you able to follow? Nature means every human being has various shades to their personality. Some will be pleasant, some will be unpleasant. Some will be pleasant, some will be unpleasant. Because it is unpleasant, if I start moving away, I can move away from a person. But then from a person, I am going to go to person B. Now that person B is also going to have a flip side. From B, I am going to go to C. The C is also going to have a flip side. Now, where will I end up finally? That's why, sir, human beings and all very difficult to deal with. Daisy, Resaji. Daisy, no? Now I have to come and live with the Daisy also now, isn't it? Handling the 4 itself is too much. Now the 5th one also have to come and handle Daisy. I'm reconsidering the trip only now. Daisy is the pet. Yeah, now that I have to. Now at some point of time, Daisy also will have a flip side. Yeah, at some point in time, Daisy also will have a flip side because that's the nature now. No, what do we do? Just as I have a flip side, everything in nature has a flip side. Therefore, how to relate to the world means what? Understand the flip side, accept the flip side, and learn to be matured to learn to develop the maturity to live with it. And the maturity vara varaikum titiksha practice pannum. Up till we get that maturity, we need to practice titiksha. Are you able to follow? Therefore, I said, try to change. What factors will try to change? Because it is unpleasant to you, that is not the reason for the other to change. Always remember this. Just because something is unpleasant to me, the person need not change. When a change is required, when that unpleasantness is creating a bigger disorder. Are you able to follow what I'm saying? A person has a unpleasant. Now, take the husband and the wife case. There are flip sides to both. Unpleasantness in both the personalities. When should the other change? The other should change, or I can expect the other to change when it is disturbing a greater harmony. As just because it is unpleasant to me, the other should change. Abdinna, idhukku enna peru? Because it is unpleasant to me, the other should change. What is it called? This is called selfish. It's selfishness. I don't appreciate it. I don't like it. Change. The other person will turn back and say, you change. Yeah. You shut up. You shut up. You shut up. You shut up. Nobody shuts up, he says. Yeah. He always says, you shut up, you shut up. Both are screaming on top of the voice saying, shut up, shut up. And nobody shuts up. Are you able to follow? So change will come only when that unpleasantness is causing a greater disharmony, a greater disturbance. So, like, okay, why go on why go on disturb so many? Then the changes will, like for example, I like to listen to loud music. Yeah, I can't stand loud music. I'm saying that. I like to listen to loud music. I'm putting loud music. Yeah. Upstairs is vibrating, downstairs is vibrating, people around us are getting disturbed. At that time, what we will come and say? Lower the volume. That is trying to change. Lower the volume. Because a unpleasantness should not be the reason for causing pain to a larger group, not individual. The biggest problem today in relating to the world is what? If it is unpleasant to me, change. Doesn't matter even if it is beneficial to the others. Are you able to follow? Even if it is beneficial to the others, I don't care because I don't like it, change it. Now, what is it called? Selfishness. Inga, what will solve the problem? I should move out of my selfishness. Then only the problem gets solved. You follow what I'm saying?
Yes.
Changing the other is not because it is unpleasant to me. I'm okay with that unpleasantness. First starts. I don't have a problem with that nature. Then I'll try to change. Why? Because it is causing disharmony to the larger good. Are you able to understand the difference? If it is not causing disharmony to the larger group, what do you have to do? You live with it. Internally, you change. You change internally, but you have to live with it. Are you able to follow? What is the concept? The idea is this. Because of the flip side in a person, you don't. Because you have assessed a flip side, அது முதல்ல அது ராங்கான்றதை யார் டிசைட் பண்றது? Because it is unpleasant to you, does it become wrong? Is that a factor to call something as wrong because it is unpleasant to me? No. Yeah. Therefore, in a relationship, in assessment, because it is unpleasant to me is not a reason to press for a change. Again, repeat. Because it is unpleasant to me, that is not a reason to press, to demand, to try a change. Because it is unpleasant only to me, who should change? Only I should change. And unpleasant யாருக்கு? Because it is only to me, I have to change. But there are 10 people, if they are comfortable, blinded, useless people. How can they be so? They are all blinded. They are all useless people. That tennis. Only me is wise. Are you able to follow? The disharmony is because of what? Seeing a side which is unpleasant to me, I put a condition to the relationship. What is the condition to the relationship? What is the condition that I put to a relationship when I see an unpleasant thing in the other? The condition that I put is this. Change or I will amputate. Change or amputate. Amputate என்ன அர்த்தம்? I will eliminate you. I will discard you. I will cut you off. So either you change or I will amputate. This is called emotional blackmail. Comes out of selfishness. Are you able to follow? This is called emotional blackmail. Threatening the person. If you don't change, I will cut you off. If you don't change, I will cut you off. If you don't change, I will cut you off. If somebody falls for your threat, it means what? First of all, you don't realize that you are threatening. And if somebody is falling for the threat, it means what is happening in that person? The other person is so dependent on you for whatever be the reason. For something, the other person is so dependent on you, and you are just capitalizing on the dependency of the other on you. Will that relationship survive? Will there be harmony in that relationship? Will there be any joy or peace in that relationship? Are you able to follow? Therefore, how to relate to the world in the discussion that we had last week? Individually assess the person you contact. There are about 8-10 people that we repeatedly contact. You know that, no? There are only 8-10 people in everybody's life. We only contact 8-10 people repeatedly. Even if you are a prime minister of the country also, you don't see the 120 crores. You will still see only 10, 15 only. It means your assessment has to happen only in relation to that 10, 15 first. Yeah, individually assess that 10, 15. All our life is like movie Mardan. You know, movie la or 6-7 character தான் பெருசா இருக்கும். In any movie, if you see, there will be only 6-7 main characters and 3-4 small characters. The small character will come and go. That 6-7 will continue the story right through. அவ்வளவுதான். So, மொத்தமா எவ்வளவு பேர் அசஸ் பண்ணணும்? On an average, how many you have to assess and accept in your lifetime? You can count them by numbers, because rest and all doesn't really trouble you that way. Are you able to follow? It means what? That 10, 12, I'm not able to assess rightly. It's not that I'm not able to assess rightly, I'm not able to accept it. The problem is I'm not able to accept them as they are. I believe that they deserve my acceptance. That's selfishness. I believe that they deserve my acceptance. And how will they deserve my acceptance? What if they do, they deserve it? What if they do, they deserve it? What all is unpleasant to me should stop. What all are unpleasant to me should stop. This is not assessment. This is selfishness. Are you able to follow? A clarity of if you have to change, how much of effort is required for you to change. That's how those who have done the tapas and grown spiritually get so compassionate to everybody around because they know how much of effort needs to be done to change. It's not easy, isn't it? It's not that easy. The moment you understand that so much of effort that you have to do to change, instantly you understand what, oh my God, that person also has to put that much effort to change. What will come out of you? How I can be of some support so that the person can change, not threaten, not blackmail. Are you able to follow now? That is if the person is willing to change. ஓ எனக்கு சேஞ்ச் எல்லாம் என்கிட்ட ப்ராப்ளமே கிடையாது சார் அப்படின்ட்டாங்கன்னா இல்லையா என்கிட்டலாம் ஐ ஹாவ் அப்சல்யூட்லி நோ ப்ராப்ளம் அட் ஆல் இல்லையா what can you do there? You can't do anything there. You just can't do anything because of the very nature of tamoguna. That is the very nature of tamoguna is so stubborn in saying that I am perfect, no change has to happen to me. Okay, here and there I may make a small mistake. That also I believe that I'm so great in accepting that I make a mistake. Yeah. I made a mistake, sir. Guilt I made a mistake, no pride over, isn't it? I made a mistake, sir. Pride not only I made a mistake, not only I made a mistake, I'm also able to accept that I made a mistake. No, great enough. Oh, how great I should be as a person. It doesn't work that. Are you able to follow? Ravi. So, answer. Try to change when not because it is unpleasant to you. You are perfectly all right with it. You have absolutely no problem with it. Therefore, change need not happen because it is unpleasant to you. Change need not happen. Are you able to follow? Then why try the change? Because it can be because it is troubling the larger, because it's troubling the larger thing. That's why we say, yeah, don't be that, don't think you are the only person in this planet. Yeah, don't think that you are the only person in this planet. There are others also equally like you. Sometime back happened, when you are going in the flight, you want to listen to music, you have to listen with your headphones on only. Either if you want to listen to music, listen with your headphones on. If you can't put your headphones on, read a book or fall off to sleep or just stare. Rama, 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 up to till you get down. But you can't, but you can't start listening to music. So the woman was playing the music, and the lady is coming and saying, "Soften it, soften it, soften it." That guy is not. That guy is not listening. It's very simple. No? You told that fellow twice. No, he's not listening. No. Just tell 4 of us to put our music also loud. So all will put our music. All the 200 passengers in the flight will play loud music. First fellow will scream and switch off his. Are you able to follow? Because it is creating you change it because it is creating a disturbance to others, not because it is unpleasant to. We always change because it is it is causing pain to me, it doesn't cause pain at all because I have perfectly, I understand the nature. I'm absolutely all right with it. I have no issues at all with it. Yeah. சிரிச்சுன்னு சந்தோஷமா இருக்கலாம். அதுதான் Socrates. You know, Socrates' face was burnt. He had burnt marks. He had burnt marks. He was sitting in philosophies. Yeah. Who gets maximum irritated with the philosopher? Answer. Parna, you are sixer today. Yeah, ella ballum she is hitting a 6. Yeah. I'm not saying this for Ranjini's sake. I'm telling Narayanji. I'm telling you this, not for Ranjini, I'm saying. For you, I'm saying. The most irritated person with the philosopher will be the wife. That is according to Aparna. Yeah, not correct. It is true. So simply philosophizing, it gets so. Yeah. One day she got so angry and she threw the boiling tea on his face. Boiling tea on his face. That's how rest of his life he lived with that burnt mark. When the boiling tea was thrown, he said, it's proven. When it roars, it rains. He had absolutely no problem at all. When we will make an attempt to change, we'll only make an attempt to change when it is disturbing the larger. Today nobody is concerned about that. Today nobody is bothered about whether it is disturbing the larger group or not. There is no worry. The only concern is what? If it is unpleasant to me, it should be change or cut. Change or cut. Change or cut. That is selfishness. Because if the other tells me the same thing, I am dependent on the other, and the other tells me either you change or I will cut you off. How will I feel? Oh, I'll be moaning, groaning, complaining, betrayal, what all words I will use there. Are you able to follow? Nature manifests helplessly. Nature manifests helplessly, including mind. Nature manifests helplessly. Full stop வைக்கக்கூடாது. Comma, including mind. அப்படி கூட சொல்லக்கூடாது. Including mind, nature manifests helplessly. அங்க மைண்ட் பின்னாடி வரக்கூடாது. மைண்ட் எங்க வரணும்? ஃபர்ஸ்ட்ல வரணும். The mind should not come, the comma வரக்கூடாது. Including mind, comma, nature manifests helplessly. அப்படின்னா your vision will never go out a lot. Automatically, you will be thinking in terms of understanding and changing yourself. But sir, I didn't do anything wrong. I am so good a person. Nothing I have done. But the other is only doing everything. Should I suffer? Should I suffer? What is the answer? Should I suffer? Vedanta doesn't say suffer. Vedanta says, wherever you go, this is how it's going to be. Now, what are you going to do about it? Wherever you go, this is how it's going to be. It's not saying suffer. Sir, I am a good person. I didn't do anything. I didn't do anything wrong at all. I trusted that person, and that person turned out to be a monster. I trusted that person, and that person turned out to be a Rakshasa. Now that I have assessed rightly that that person is a Rakshasa, what should I do? Now that I have assessed that the other person is a Rakshasa, what should I do? Understand that because of your weakness of not able to handle it, because of your weakness that you are not able to handle it, accept it. One. Number two, that person was a Rakshasa always. This is where assessment. Are you able to follow now? The other person was a Rakshasa always. Just because you happen to see it now, whose fault? Just because you happen to see it now, does the other need to change? It's not that the other person was a, a, a Ramana Maharshi first, and then after a while, that Ramana Maharshi became Hiranyakashipu. Yeah. When I went in, sir, it was Ramana Maharshi. After a few months only, I realized that Ramana Maharshi got converted into Hiranyakashipu. It was Hiranyakashipu always. Hiranyakashipu always. You didn't see it. Now you saw it. Correct? Now that I have understood, it's a dussang I can leave now, no? Because in Bhajagovindam, you only said in the other class, satsangatve nissangatvam. Therefore, because that person is a dussang, I should leave now, no? Because I'm following Bhajagovindam. I have to follow Bhajagovindam. Therefore, I have to say satsangatve. In mantra, in versad. Correct. Yo, my God. Aparna is too much today. Yeah. Versa kuda correcta solra. Yeah. Sasangatve, nissangatve, nirmohatve, nishchaladatve, jivan mukti. All that you only taught us. No. Therefore, that person is not a satsang, sir. Therefore, I can leave, no? What is the answer? What is the answer to that? What is the answer to that? That is the stance. That's the stance Kumbhakarna took. That's the stance Karna took. That person may be a Rakshasa, but I have to be grateful. Kumbhakarna took that stance. I will give my. I'm not saying that's the right stance. Huh? I'm not saying we all must do that. I'm not saying that. That requires an extraordinary caliber to do that. Are you able to follow? Kumbhakarna took that stance. You should read that conversation between Vibhishna and Kumbhakarna. One of the beautiful conversations between Kumbhakarna and Vibhishna. I tell you. Having assessed that person as a Rakshasa, having understood that person as a Rakshasa, Rakshasa and a word to put another word. then it will become clear. Remove the word Rakshasa. Having assessed that the other person is okay. Rakshasa modern terminology என்னெல்லாம் word use பண்ணும்? ராட்சசாக்கு மாடர்ன் டெர்மினாலஜி என்னெல்லாம் வேர்ட் யூஸ் பண்ணணும்? மான்ஸ்டர், அது லிட்ரல் டிரான்ஸ்லேஷன். இந்த பால்ல கிளீன் போல்ட் யூ ஆர். இந்த ஆன்சர்ல ஆல் த திங் தட் யூ செட் யூ ஃபெயில்டு நவ். In the modern day terminology, who is a Rakshasa?
Little aggressive.
What did he say?
Aggressive.
Aggressive, little aggressive. Devil. Bad. Modern day terminology, Rakshasa na yaar. Who's a Rakshasa in the modern day terminology? That it is very clear that it is Dusang, that you have to leave. Selfish, manipulative, ego. Terrorist, rapist. இதெல்லாம் தான் ராட்சசா. This is Rakshasa. Are you able to follow? Who is the Rakshasa that you have assessed rightly that it is Dusang that you have to? But we will never come across people like that. If you come across a person like that, it is common sense that you have to cut off. Hanga common sense. But we don't come across people like that and all. Who is a Rakshasa? That's a Dusang. Very bad person, sir. Why? Tax of fulla katama paadidan katnaru. Rakshasa guna, therefore divorce. Where insanity it is. Are you able to follow what I'm saying? So, under what circumstance that you have assessed rightly that disconnect becomes a must, unless it is a Rakshasa. Rakshasangara modern day terminology idellam potukonga. Then you know very clearly under what circumstances satsang dusang. Otherwise, what you need to do? You need to change. You need to change. But அவங்க அப்படியே இருப்பாங்க, நான் மட்டும் சேஞ்ச் ஆன இருந்தா what is the point? Yeah. I am changing, sir, but the other is just remaining the same or becoming worse and worse and worse. What will happen then? You will be Shanti. You will have Shanti. Looking at your Shanti, the other person will ask, how are you managing me? Looking at your Shanti, the other person will ask, how are you handling me? How are you managing me? Therefore, under any circumstance, assessment of the flip side of the person doesn't necessitate a amputation. Are you able to follow? I want to come for Vedanta class, sir, but the other person is not allowing. So many people told me that. I said, no, nobody will have a problem with Vedanta class. The problem is what all you learn here, you want to go and give a discourse to the other. That's what they are saying, don't do. So many cases, no, they say, oh, so, I want to come for Vedanta class, but they are not liking it. Now, what do I do? No, nobody will have a problem with you coming to where people will have a problem. What all you hear, what all inga nama kaadil ulartho, I will take everything, go there and use it at the most inappropriate moment. all the philosophy that I learn here, that I hear here, I'll go and use it at the most inappropriate moment in the family. So many people used to say, Vedanta class, don't use Vedantic terminology at home. You know that? Amit, you should not use. Oh, that's why it's all too much of attachment. Oh, this is a problem of don't use Vedantic terminology in the, if you use Vedantic terminology in the house, what the other tells you? Huh? Stop. That is good reason, no, sir. Because they are saying no to Vedanta class. I'm saying, I am also saying don't come. I'm saying, yeah. Not only he saying don't come, I am also agreeing with that other person. You also don't come. And are able to follow? In fact, you go to the temple and come, nobody will have a problem. Even if the other person is not going to the temple, you going to the temple and come, they will not have a problem. But where people have a problem, you hear something here. Yeah, in the attachment, some lecture, some namakku, yeah. I'm talking about the speaker now. I have nothing else to do. For time pass, I am doing this. Yeah. So you should also hear it as a time pass and forget it. Now you take it and then you use it in the situation where it should not be used. Then what will happen? And then come and say, Dussang. No. It is not the problem of the. So most of the time, if we have the objectivity to analyze, most of it are self-created, imagined. Most of it are self-created and imagined. You want to get detached, you get detached. Why are you telling me to get detached? Are you able to follow? Vijayarangan. Rita, you want to get detached, you should get detached. Bravo. Sudhadan. Correct. Wow. Sudha, you give a lecture to Sudha also to get detached. Now she will tell you what? Oh, enough of your Vedanta only, she will say. Now who's right here? She is only right. Who's right here? She is only right. I will fully agree with, straight away I'll agree with the other person. Easy to problems. Are you able to follow? Therefore, from any angle, if you look at the justification for amputation, there is no justification for amputation at all. Unless the other person is a practice. You follow? Ravi, understood? Give him this discourse back. Huh? Yes, Amit. Yeah, Amit. No, you are on mute. No, why it is going back to mute again and again?
Are you?
Yes. Yes.
My question is, what is the process of understanding someone or assessing
Yes.
someone or understanding their nature? And the same
Yes.
question is, how do you understand yourself and your nature?
Yes. Correct. The way, the process, the method to understand the nature of every human being stems from your understanding of the three gunas, sattva, rajas, and tamas. Understanding a person, assessing the person requires a clarity on the three gunas. Because we are not talking about behavioral understanding. We are talking about what is it that causes the behavior. So it is the understanding of the three gunas and how various gunas expresses itself, manifests itself, brings about this understanding. That's how you assess. Right now, we are not discussing the gunas. Somewhere later, we are going to discuss it. Right now, we are only discussing one point. What you must learn to assess. You can't assess through body language. Why? Because it can be imitated. You can't assess through body language. You can't assess through the words because it can be covered, it can be clothed. Yeah, one may smile and smile and smile and yet be a villain, isn't it? Therefore, assessment implies clarity on the gunas. Tamoguna. What is a characteristic feature of tamoguna? In one word, stubborn. Rajoguna, confusion. Sattva-guna, clarity. Externally, stubbornness and clarity will look the same. We will not know how to assess. Are you able to follow? Amit. So tamoguna is stubborn. Rajoguna is confusion. Sattva guna is clarity. What is the clarity of sattva guna? Whatsoever the nature of the other is, I am comfortable with it. I don't have a problem with it. That is sattva guna. Because that doesn't affect me. If somebody says, I'm sorry, what should you say? What should you say? I have not given you the privilege to hurt me. I have the privilege with me. You don't have I have not given you the privilege to hurt me. Now that I am hurt, that I am accepting your, sorry, sattva guna that is. Are you able to follow? That is sattva guna. You can't hurt me. Therefore, you don't need to be apologetic. Are you able to follow the difference? I don't need, because I have not given you the permission to hurt me. Now, what a strength that is, isn't it? What a strength that is. Abraham Lincoln said that, no? Abraham Lincoln said that. My father is a wonderful shoemaker. My father is a wonderful shoemaker. Because I am coming from the shoemaker's family, you can't use it, you can't use that to hurt me. Because he comes from a shoemaker's family and he became the president. Yeah. Maximum jealousy இருக்கிற place parliament தான், isn't it? Maximum jealousy happens in parliament only. Why? Because all the 500 fellows there want to become the prime minister. Yeah, no, they are just biting their teeth and sitting, not because they are all or anything. So when Lincoln started to speak, he stammers. That's a historical fact. Lincoln had a stammering problem. You know, Hitler used to stammer. Hitler stammers. Winston Churchill stammers. Abraham Lincoln stammers. It means they and stammering, how they became great orators. That inner power, that conviction with which they speak. Oh God. Adanga beauty. They know absolutely, it's so beautiful it is. So Abraham Lincoln was stammering. As he was struggling to pronounce a word and start the speech, a person said, don't forget your roots. Remember your roots. Remember your roots. Said, what is it? Remember, you and your father used to come to my house 20 years back to make our shoes, repair our shoes. I am still using that shoes. What an insult. What an insult. At least that man thought he's insulting. Are you able to follow? He thought, this person who said it to Lincoln thought he's insulting. What did Lincoln do immediately? He said, is your shoes pinching you? Is your shoes giving you trouble? If it is giving you trouble, evening I will fix it. Because I have learned the art of shoemaking from my father. And his shoe never pinches. What is he saying? I have not given you the privilege to insult me, to hurt me. You can't hurt me. You say what you want. I will not get hurt because I have understood your nature and I am at peace with it. I absolutely have hope. I absolutely have no hatred towards you for that. That is clarity, Sattva Guna. Are you able to follow? That is Sattva Guna. What is Rajo Guna? Confusion. Sometimes it looks very motivating. Sometimes it looks like demotivating, not so confusion. That is Rajoguna. What is Tamoguna? What is Tamoguna? Amit. What is Tamoguna? Stubbornness. Rajoguna will get confused, get hurt, cry. Tamoguna becomes indifferent, go into a shell. Tamoguna, indifference means going into a shell. What is Sattva Guna? Clarity. What is a clarity? Yes, I come from the shoemaker's family. What is wrong in that? What is it that I need to feel ashamed of it? Now that's clarity. Are you able to follow? Assessment. This is how you assess. This is how you assess yourself. And this is how you assess those around you also. The clue here is what? You assess the nature, but you will not have hatred. You assess the nature and you will not have hatred is Sattva Guna. Rajo Guna is you assess and you get affected, disturbed by it. Tamo Guna is what? You are, the classic example of Tamo Guna is frog in the well. Tamo Guna, na, frog in the you know that story, no? Frog in the well. Cousin from ocean visited and told this frog, come out. Now, there is an ocean that we can go on. See. What is in the ocean? Water. Ingi water than irukudhu. Are they the same? Come out. It's come out. Okay. How big is your ocean? How big is your ocean? What question is that? Is your ocean half the size of the well? Is your ocean twice the size of the well? Is your ocean 100 times the size of the well? So all thinking will revolve around what? Well, so stubborn that it cannot come out of well as the yardstick. then tamo. Are you able to follow? So tamo means stubbornness, rajoguna means confusion, sattva guna means right through. Whenever we get a chance, I will give various aspects of sattva, rajas, tamas. In the other classes, when you go to the 14th chapter, 16th chapter, we are going to study that only. But right now, what I am saying is, for assessment, you need to understand the guna. What are the gunas? Last week we spoke about triggers. What are the triggers? Adala rombala help panade. Temporarily it will help, because how long you will be aware of the trigger? Sometimes you will. Sometimes you are caught up in your moods that trigger happened by. Therefore, what is the right way of assessment? The right way of assessment happens through the clarity on Tattva, Rajas, and with this, we conclude for today. We continue with the same topic next week.